Hi. All right, so it's Midday Movement and Mobility. Today's focus is going to be on balance. So do you know that you need balance to do just about everything that you do in your life? Everything from walking, getting out of a chair, to even just leaning over to tie your shoe. You need to have good balance. And balance training involves exercises that strengthen the muscles of the core, right? So you know all about the core, many of you Pilates and fitness instructors out there, but it's really important for the people at home that maybe don't have the knowledge about how important the core muscles are in balance, that we discuss that a little bit. So everything from your collarbone to your mid-thigh is considered your core. It's not just your abdominals, right? It's everything from here to there. So your abdominal muscles, your diaphragm especially, your pelvic floor, all of your paraspinal muscles, your hip and glute muscles, all of these muscles are necessary. The core muscles are necessary for really optimal balance. So today we'll be talking about balance and some different exercises that challenge balance. But you know, balance exercises don't have to be really difficult. In fact, maybe we even need to start changing our dialogue about balance, right? Stop saying things like, oh, I have horrible balance. How many times have you heard someone say that? Or how many times have you said it yourself? I have horrible balance, right? Well, if you continue to say that dialogue in your brain, guess what? You're gonna have a horrible balance. Rather than talking about how bad it is, let's do something about it. Let's do some simple things, okay? Very simple things. The first thing I want you to do is stand on your 2 feet and just feel your 2 feet on the ground. And then just start to shift your weight from one side to the other side, noticing what's happening in your body as you're doing that weight shift. What kind of strategies are the core muscles having to go through as you do that weight shift from side to side? Let's try to put let's say 70% of our weight in our right leg, 30% in the left. Let's shift that over to 80%. Notice the strategies happening in the core muscles. How about we go to 90%? And how about we go to 100%, where you can lift up your other foot? What has happened? Are you sensing that change, right? Let's go back now through center and all the way over to the other side. Okay, what's happening? Are you feeling what's happening? The strategies that your core muscles are having to make, your nervous system is having to make as you start to put 80%, 90% to 100%. Okay, again, do that again. Just shift your body weight. Maybe you don't even stop there. You just kind of shift it side to side. Noticing what happens when I go to my right side. Am I side bending at all? What happens when I come through center? Do I feel 50-50? What happens when I go to the left side? Oh, I actually start to feel a little bit of a tilting action. That's my brain sort of looking for homeostasis, right? Trying to find that center point. Okay, so it's just really important to go through the motions of that shifting from side to side. All right, now, let's try something even a little different. How about if you were to hold on to a pole? I've got this great pole right here to hold on to. How about if you were to hold on to a pole, and then, or even a wall in front of you, and lift up onto the balls of your feet? Now, notice as you shift your weight to your right, what differences are having to be made? Come back to center, 50-50. What happens when you go to your left? Notice if one heel, as you start to shift your body weight toward that side, starts to lower, right? Maybe you don't have the strength in that calf on that side. Or maybe you just notice a difference. And is all of the weight dispersed evenly around all 5 metatarsals of your toes, right? Simple little exercises like this, creating this awareness of where we are in space and what happens when we start to shift out of our center. Because when you're walking, what do you have to do? You have to shift out of your center, right? You have to shift from one foot to the other foot. So let's come back to that 50-50 position and lower the heels back down. Okay, so just walking, when you put one heel down and you transfer your weight onto that leg, you have to have single leg stance. Do you have single leg stance? Let's try that, okay? Put your heel down, shift your body weight to that right foot, and push off the back foot. Can you lift your knee? Can you hold it there? Do you have the balance? Do you have the core strength? And then lower that back down. Let's do that same side again. Shift your weight to your right foot and see if you can lift up. Now, what if this was too challenging for you? What could you do? You could just shift your weight forward with your toe on the floor, get all that 100% weight into that leg, and then start to lift. And what does that require? Really good strength in this whole abductor mechanism, the side hip area, right? That gluteal area. Lift up. How How about if we were to just start to transfer the weight and add that little flow, right? Lift, that's it, and back, lift. Now, you know, one of the biggest assessments in balance is how long can you stand with one leg in the air? How long can you stand there without moving around too much or without dropping the knee? How long can you stand there? Do you know, if you can't stand for 4 seconds or more, then that means you're about 90 years old in your balance. Nobody wants to admit that, right? Now let's try the other leg. Okay, the leg is behind. You're going to pretend you're going to walk. You're going to drive your heel into the ground. Shift your body weight. Now you're going through that 50% to 70% to 80% to 90% to 100%. That leg lifts up. And then bring it back again. Let's try that again. Can you shift all your weight onto that leg? And what's happening through your core, all of the muscles of your trunk, as you're trying to do that? Are you feeling that activation, right? Or that core deep activation to find balance? And then back again. So let's just kind of swing that leg forward and then back. Okay, try it out. Just swing it forward. So remember the tool, right? The tools can be simple. It can just be creating awareness, right? Awareness is a huge tool for optimization of any functional movement pattern, right? Okay, so now we've got that position, and can we hold it there? Can you hold it at 90 degrees? Yeah, that's it. Nice, everybody. I'm waving back at you. I can even wave. Can you wave when you're holding the balance? Can you wave at your Instagram friends so that you're holding the balance? Okay, and then lower that back down. So if you can't do that for more than 4 seconds, then you want to go back to the basics of just that shift from side to side. Feel 80%, 90%. How much of a sway did you have to have? So if you cannot block that and keep that balance without going too far over, then you're going to have a real lack of confidence when you try to walk because you feel like you're going to go like that, right? And that's not good. And what happens is start shuffling your feet. Okay, so first exercise that we talked about was this shifting. Then we talked about the lifting the heels and trying that shift, holding onto a wall or something, right? So those are great ways. And then just practicing putting all your weight forward and then back, right? Just even that gentle lift and then back. Lift and try the other side. Okay, those are simple strategies that you can start with. Now, the next thing that you can do is almost like a tightrope walk. Put one foot back and one foot forward so that they're completely stacked one in front of the other. So I don't know if you see my feet. One in front of the other. Okay, just like that. So I've got one foot back, one foot forward. And I'm standing in a tandem balance, okay, just like a tightrope. And just hold that there. Notice you probably feel a little bit more weighted in the back leg, right? Which is normal, okay? So you're not going to necessarily have that 50-50 here. That back leg is the one you're really working on strengthening right here in this tandem balance. Okay, so that would be another way if you weren't able to lift one leg yet, is just to stand in tandem balance. Can you stand there? And just notice now, could you add another challenge to this and close your eyes? Okay, wow, you feel a huge difference, right? Ooh, you almost want to go off balance. So what you would want to do then to optimize that closing of the eyes is maybe start breathing. So let's start with some breath. Inhale. Exhale, activate your core and close your eyes. Okay, that definitely helped me. I hope it helped you. Inhale. Use that diaphragm. Use that pelvic floor. Use all of those deep core muscles, that inner core unit to help you. And then relax. Let's try the other side. All right, feeling like you got a good strategy? Ways in which you can learn how to have great practice? Stay with me. Okay, back to this now. The other legs in front. So just stand there and see how that feels. Notice maybe a little bit of wobbliness. Now, if your feet are actively moving a little bit, that's normal. That's your receptors, your neural receptors kind of getting feedback, right? Sensing the ground, sensing your stability. That's a strategy for the nervous system to make sure you're safe. Okay, so keep that. Now, let's just try without using our breath. Let's just try closing your eyes. Close them. Oh yeah, I definitely feel unstable. Okay, I don't know how you feel. All right, I'm gonna add the breath now. So inhale. Exhale, feel that lift, feel the core, right? And then close your eyes. Inhale, stay there with your eyes closed. Exhale, and then relax. Okay, so that would lead, that would progress. Now, how can you add a progression for that? You would actually start tightrope walking. So I'll put one foot in front of the other, one foot in front of the other, one foot in front of the other, and just practice that tightrope walking. Okay? Now, could you do that with your eyes closed? Let's get a try there with the breath, all right? So inhale. I fall over, don't laugh at me. I'm kidding. I feel like I could though. All right, that's a good practice though. I'm just giving you some ideas and ways, things that you can do later, even on your own. Now, the other thing that you could do is start adding some balance challenges, still standing on a solid surface. You could always add a soft surface, but let's just keep it on the solid surface today. Maybe next week we'll do the soft surface stuff. Now, stand on your right leg. See if you can tap your left foot front and tap it back. Tap it front. Now, I'm taking my body into this sort of leaning pattern here. So I'm leaning, right? But I'm still keeping really good core control as I go forward and back. Now, the next level of progression for this would be to just lift my leg in the air and not tap the foot down. See if I can go forward and back and do that. Okay, so that's the first part. The second part would be, can I go side to side behind myself? Go back over there, tap it down, tap it down. So now I'm tapping and I'm tapping. This is going to get three-dimensionally around that hip area, strong, right? Now maybe I just try to reach and reach behind. Right? Kind of almost like a skater idea as you're reaching back. Try not to touch down. Out and then back. Noticing what's happening at the trunk, right? Keep that breathing. Now let's go into a forward, back, side to side. Forward, back, side to side. One more. Forward, back, side to side. Okay, wow. Now, you might be tapping the whole time. That would be the first level. The second level of progression is to not tap. So let's go into the forward and back again with a tap. Okay, so we're going to take it easy, right? Body goes in that tilting pattern here. See that tilting pattern? That's it. Okay, then you start again with that trying to balance. Now, I haven't even talked to you about closing your eyes because this is a lot more challenging. You would want to do that with your tapping down first, right? Go back to your beginning level before you add another level of difficulty to it. Okay, now let's go into the wide side to side position. So we go side to side, side to side. Okay, keeping that waist space nice and open right here. Remember all the spaces and the masses of the body. We want to keep those apart. So that waist space nice and long, that neck space nice and long, supporting the masses of the body. Now we go back into that reach and then out. That's it. Behind and then back. So reaching without tapping down if you can try, right? That's your level of progression, that second level up. Good, the third level would be to try to close your eyes. Oh boy, yes, that's a challenge. Okay, excellent, and then come back to center again. Okay, another thing to do would be that you would start to try to step up on top of something. So if you had a platform to step up on, or you can pretend you're stepping up on a platform. So it's a sideways step up and then down. Sideways step up and then down. Beautiful. Sideways step up. So it's a sideways stepping pattern as opposed to a forward stepping pattern like we did before. This might be more comfortable for some people, and then again, this one might be more comfortable for people is to go forward and back, right? Okay, so you could even try doing both of those. Side, forward, okay? Like an L step, right? And forward. You feel that? So these are simple strategies for balance, really simple strategies for balance. And up. Let's do one more on that side. And one more forward. And then we go all the way into the other side. So start with that side to side pattern. Okay? So you can see they're simple. And all balance exercises do not have to be difficult. Remember, that was what I said in the beginning. They don't have to be difficult. But you have to do them. Now let's go forward. And let's go side. Let's go forward. That's it. And let's go side. Good. Let's go forward. And let's go side. And then it's that side to side, both legs lifting. Up. Up. That's it. Up. And up. You take it down now and just kind of shake it out. And remember, it's all about practice. You don't get good at something you never do. Practice your balance and stop saying I'm really horrible at it. Or if your clients, if you're a trainer and your clients say that, tell them, listen, you're never going to get better at it because you don't believe it. Start believing it and have good balance. Okay, that's our midday movement. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope that you had a good time. Thanks for coming, everybody.